Hi, today we'll be working with these two cars to show you how you can save money and time on some basic car maintenance. The battery will look something like this, quarters of a foot above orientated in line. In the first video, we will show you some important parts of the engine that you should know about so you know how to better work on your car. The first thing you need to know about your car is how to open the hood of your engine. The lever, that should have an icon like this, will usually be located under the driver's side console and steering wheel. All you need to do is pull it, and it should pop the engine hood open. After you pop the hood, there should usually be a second security lever to prevent the hood from opening fully. Just slide your hand under the hood until you feel the lever, and try moving it around until it goes one way. Push the hood up a little, and it should come right up. There should be a rod to secure the hood and prevent it from coming back down, which is how you'll keep the hood open. There should be several key parts you should know about the engine and its surroundings that you will be able to work with by the end of this video. To begin, the battery is usually located near the side of the engine bay and looks something like this, with red over the positive terminal and black wires usually going to the negative terminal. Be really careful not to touch this with any sort of metal when you're working with it, as it can shock you. At the front, you will usually find the radiator. This is what helps cool your car engine and keep it at a running working temperature. At the top is usually the radiator fill cap. Some cars will have the radiator fill cap on the reservoir instead, where the liquid is stored. Near the side of the engine, you will see a black box with a large black tube running towards the engine. This is where the air filter is located that keeps the air for the engine clean. On some engines, there will be more than one of these black boxes, since the configuration might be slightly different. Inside, you can change the air filter, which we will learn later in this video. A secondary, slightly smaller black box will be located near the top corner of the engine bay. In here, you will find the fuses. If you open it up, you can see all the fuses, and the lid will usually tell you what those fuses are for. Later in this video, we will show you how to diagnose a blown fuse and figure out what kind of issues it might be causing. Above the top of the engine, you will find the dipstick and the oil fill cap. These two things are what helps you work with the oil of your car. An obviously visible part of the engine will be the washer fluid, which you should constantly refill if you've been spraying your windshield a lot. This is a really common and easy thing to do, and will save you a lot of money on a trip to the mechanic. On some cars like this BMW, the battery will be located in the back corner of the car instead of in the engine bay. If you shimmy up this panel, you will find the battery located under it, with the same positive and negative terminals as we talked about before. On this BMW, unlike the Honda, the engine block is orientated differently. While the front-wheel drive Honda has the engine block orientated across the engine bay, the rear-wheel drive BMW has the engine block orientated in line with the engine bay. Nonetheless, the same parts can be found in similar locations as the Honda in this BMW. As you can see, the big black box with the big black tube leading towards the engine is the filter. In this BMW, it's located right here. Up here, in the corner of the engine, you can find the fuse box. You can also see that it has instructions on the lid as to where you can find the fuses, just like the Honda. In the corner over here, you can find the windshield fluid. This, unlike the Honda, has a box, unlike the filling tube that the Honda has, but it serves the same purpose, and you can just as easily fill it here. As you can see over here, the radiator is located under this plastic cover, and the radiator fill cap is located over here, above the coolant reservoir. Be very careful when working on the coolant as to wait until it fully cools down. Many coolant reservoirs will have an indicator where the level should be when the coolant is cold, as if it is too hot, it can expand, and if you open the cap, it can blow up in your face. The oil fill cap is also located at the top of the engine and serves the exact same purpose as the one in the Honda. To fully close the engine, you need to lift it up about 3/4 of a foot above where it's supposed to be, and let it drop down. This will lock the hood, and will overcome the spring tension that is used to open the hood in the first place.